Something big is happening inside the Raiders' war room, and it's not what anyone expected. A sudden shift in draft strategy, a surprising QB twist, and a decision that could change the team's direction forever. Raider Nation, you're not ready for this. Raiders predicted to trade Aidan O'Connell during NFL draft, replace him with CFP QB. Aidan Unell lost his shot at the starting quarterback job for the Las Vegas Raiders, the day the franchise traded a third-round pick to the Seattle Seahawks for Geno Smith. And if the door to O'Connell's ascension remained cracked even a fraction, following that transaction, the Raiders slammed it shut with a $75 million extension that locks up the 34-year-old Smith through the 2027 campaign, now based on reporting from Victo for The Athletic and a prediction from Mo Martin of Bleacher Report. O'Connell could see his tenure in Las Vegas end completely at some point during the fast-approaching NFL draft, which will be held between April 24th to 26th in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Essentially, the concept is that the Raiders will deal O'Connell during the proceedings and replace him on day 2 with either Jalen Milroe of Alabama or Quinn Ewers of Texas. Both quarterbacks recently earned the spotlight of college football's top platform, with Milroe competing in the college football playoff in 2023 and Ewers playing in the CFP last year. In 2 seasons, O'Connell has played well as a fill-in starter, throwing for 3,300 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions, with a 62.6% completion rate. Monoton wrote on Wednesday, April 16th. However, the Raiders have a mostly new coaching staff led by lead skipper Pete Carroll. Offensive coordinator Chip Kelly may want a more athletic quarterback room, which would jeopardize O'Connell's roster spot. O'Connell was a 4th-round pick 2 years ago and still has 2 seasons remaining on his $435 million contract. Given his level of play since joining the NFL and his general inexpensiveness, the Raiders shouldn't have much trouble finding a taker if they decide to trade O'Connell. However, his return isn't likely to be anything better than a day 3 draft selection. Raiders rumors. Scout gives Marshawn Lynch reason for picking new ESPN mock draft. Depending on who you listen to, the Las Vegas Raiders may be Allen on. So Ashton Jai, or they might be swayed to go with defense. But a scout gave a Marshawn Lynch reason for the 1st-round pick in the new ESPN mock draft. The Raiders hope to have solved their quarterback need by trading a 3rd-round pick to the Seahawks for quarterback Geno Smith. So that leaves a big need at the running back position. ESPN's allowed users to act as general managers, and an NFC West national scout gave a reason for going with Ginty in the 1st round. Raiders should grab RB Ashton. Genty, it came down to value. I seriously considered going wide receiver here because of the needs, but I can't ignore the value of G. The scout said he might be the best player in the class, and you know exactly what you're getting with him. Janti rushed for 2,601 yards and 29 touchdowns last season. He shows contact balance and breakaway speed, ESPN's Matt Miller wrote, but he's also a capable receiver out of the backfield and would open up the Raiders' passing game. This is Pete Carroll getting his Martian Lynch. The Raiders finished last in the NFL last season in yards per carry, 3.66, and rushing yards per game, 79.8. And it makes sense that Carroll won't be happy with that kind of ground attack. So the Raiders certainly seemed primed to get Ginty. He's 5'9" and 201, according to nytimes.com. With his low center of gravity and explosiveness, Ginty has an uncanny ability to stay afloat through contact and be elusive in space. Dean Bugler wrote, he trusts his vision when following his blocks, but instead of predetermining his path, he displays outstanding reactionary reads to sort, cut, and create. Overall, Ginty displays exceptional contact balance, run instincts, and versatility in the passing game. Reminiscent of lenient Tomlinson, he has the talent to emerge as a high-low running back early in his NFL career. Tomlinson Lynch. What if you had a combination of the two? Wow. Jacoby Myers open to contract extension. Coming off another disappointing regular season, the Las Vegas Raiders understood they needed to make some drastic changes to get the franchise back on track. With that in mind, owner Mark Davis brought in Pete Carroll and John Spike to replace Antonio Pierce and Tom Telesco, respectively. Carroll and Spike have already made some big moves, most notably trading for Geno Smith and extending him. Now that Smith will be under center, Las Vegas must now focus on adding more talent and depth in the passing game. Brock Bowers is primed to be the #1 target, though the wide-out room could use some help. Jacoby Myers had a strong 2024 campaign and is reportedly open to staying with the Raiders via Ryan McFadden of ESPN, following Crosby and Smith, securing lucrative deals who could be the next Raider to get a big payday among a short list of names.